Hi guys, welcome back to Love from the Kitchen.
Thanks for stopping by today. We are going to make a seafood wonton soup. This should be really good. We're going to use these pot stickers for the wontons that we got at the dollar store. They're only $1.25 for 9. I got this at the dollar store. There's some mussel meat, and we've got some leftover frozen peeled shrimp with the tails on. We're going to use that. I've got a piece of tilapia here we're going to use. And we're going to cut up some garlic and some onion and some ginger, which I was in the process of doing, but I said, hey, let's show everybody what we're doing. So to get things going, we're going to pour this whole container of uh, chicken broth into the pan and get it warmed up, because my burner takes a long time to warm up. So we'll get this started while we're doing the prep work. See what I did there? I poked a hole in this box. That's to help it get air so it'll drain out better. You can do that on like a can of Spam. If the Spam won't come out of the can, poke a hole in the bottom of the can. It'll release the suction that they get from vacuum sealing it. This needs another hole. Bigger. There we go. So this is a 2-quart pan. Looks like we're going to have about a quart and a half. And then we'll let that start to warm up. Now this ginger, I wanted to show you, I peeled. It was just a little piece of ginger. It was similar to this one, a little bit smaller. And I peeled this bark off of it. And now I'm going to mince it up. I'm not going to mince it up. I'm going to put it in my chopper and let it wait for a minute, because I'm going to chop this. I'm going to mince the garlic and the ginger together in that little chopper. We're going to put in a couple of cloves of garlic. I think I've got one that, yeah, I've got 2 here that have already been cut. So let's take and smash this down. Whoops. Well, you didn't see that. Can't, I don't want to break that burner. There we go. You just want to loosen the skin. And let's do one more. Do this one. Oops. That does not want to cooperate. Now, you see in our other video we did, we actually boiled the garlic. And I do think it does help to peel it. And you don't get that sticky garlic oil all over your hands. Now we're going to cut a little bit of onion. I've got a ball I use here for the waste. They do make little like kitchen trash can things you can keep near the stove, near the sink when you're doing prep like this. But space is a premium in our little apartment. So, getting off there. Okay. Now I'm going to get a paper towel. And I want to rub that thin filament skin off of there. And we're just going to cut this in half. That. Cut this like this. There's some debate on whether or not you need to slice it this way. I've been watching some videos lately, old videos of old chefs like Julia Child and Emeril Lagasse, some others. This is what they did. And you get a nice chopped up onion. And this onion we're going to put in another, we're going to leave it on the board, put in another container. I really don't want all that onion, so I'm going to get a spoon. I'm going to get a bigger spoon than that. How's your day going? Hope it's going well. Hope everybody's doing good in your family. This soup will be very comforting on a cold day. Very savory, so it'll be good for a light dinner soup. We're going to put this board out of the way over here. If you want a light dinner, but you want it hearty and filling, but you don't want to do a lot, you can prepare a lot of this stuff ahead of time. And we're going to put our little chopper on here. See how it turned blue? That means it's ready. Shake it up. And shaking it up just mixes the pieces so everything gets chopped. I want it kind of fine because I don't really want to eat all these pieces. I want them for flavor. Now I'm just going to bring this in. The important thing about really good, flavorful cooking is you got to give it time to cook. For the best results and the best flavors, give it time. You see that little trick? So I just rinsed out that chopper bowl with a little bit of the liquid. Now we're going to put the lid on this to help it. Now for a little bit of texture, so we're going to use a little celery. And we're going to use a little bit of lime. Now I like to cut the lime like this, break it loose. See that juice coming out? Just a little bit of lime for some tartness. Now see, I could have done all this, prepped everything, had it all nice and staged for you. But That's not real. And some of you may not know how to prep some of this stuff. See that dirt? We're going to cut that end off because that white end tends to taste a little not real flavorful anyway, kind of woody, you might say. They used to say. The older generation used to call it woody. And we're going to take this, and so by prepping this, maybe you'll pick up some tips and suggestions you didn't know about to prepare for a soup. Now, all soups are basically the same. The only thing that's going to make this taste Chinese is a couple little Chinese elements. Now this I'm not going to chop up as fine as I did the others because I actually want the texture of the celery in the soup. Give it a slight crunch because everything in here is going to be really soft. So that it's kind of like adding water chestnuts. If I had water chestnuts, I would add that. Gives a really nice, soft yet noticeable texture. That's all the celery we need. We're going to put that out of the way now. This can go back. Now, a lot of this seafood is frozen, so we want to make sure to get this broth really hot before we start adding that, because it's going to cool the broth, and then you got to bring it back up to temperature again. So, one thing we could add at this point, as far as seasonings go, to help them break down, dissolve, is the granulated seasoning. So we're going to add some salt right now. And I'm going to use a regular spoon, not a measuring spoon. There's about half a teaspoon. Oh, that made a mess. And then I'm going to put about half a teaspoon of that pepper. That really made a mess. I was not expecting that at all. It's good to be able to be ready. Clean up those things as you're cooking. You just never know when you'll accidentally spill something. There we go. I'll try it with this one. Good. Okay, now, moving right along, we're going to use some granulated garlic. Now, some stores, they'll call this garlic powder. Garlic powder, we're going to put a teaspoon. Garlic powder is much finer than that. This is granulated garlic. It's a little bit coarser. So be careful when you're getting them that you're getting granulated garlic and onion, not powders. Okay, and then to this, to bring out the Asian flavor a little more, I'm going to get some soy sauce. We're going to put in about 2 tablespoons. And then we're going to put in I've got some black sesame oil. Regular would be better, but I'm out of it right now. So we'll just put in about that much. That's probably a quarter teaspoon. It wasn't very much. It's pretty strong. And these flavors are going to bring the Asian umami to this dish. It's not already. Okay, one more flavor I like to bring into this, because there's going to be so much. I'm going to put a little hoisin. Sorry I didn't really show you those other flavors. I'm putting about half a teaspoon. So that's sesame oil, about half a teaspoon of sesame oil. That's hoisin. That's 2 tablespoons of soy sauce. And now we're going to add a tad, dribble. That's it. This is rice vinegar. And we're going to let that go. Okay, it's coming up to a boil now. Let's go ahead and put a piece of fish in there. And we're just going to put this we're going to put this whole fish in there. Just like that. And then I'm going to put some of these mussels in there. What is your favorite kind of soup? Leave a comment and let us know. Asian, North American, Mexican, caldos are good. That's enough of that. Some frozen mussels. Remember, these are from the dollar store, only $1.25. So this is a very economical soup. I'm going to put all these shrimps in there because I just want to use them up. That one's freezer burnt. So I'm going to see that whiteness? That's freezer burnt. That won't be good. You hear food being freezer burnt. It's been exposed to cold too long, and it develops a weird white. See how that's white? Solid white right there. This is normal color, but this right here is not. And that means it's freezer burnt. Don't want to eat that. It doesn't taste good. They tend to float like that. I'll take this one out too. Now we probably will have to add more salt maybe because of the fish. Now we'll just give that a few minutes.
For more recipes and cooking ideas, be sure to check out our blog at lovefromthekitchen777.com.
Okay, it's been about 5 to 7 minutes. We're going to take this off. We're going to add our pot stickers now, which will work as our, these are not cooked. So they will make perfect dumplings. You go in here just like a wonton soup. So these are chicken. There's 4, 5. And we're going to put these back in the freezer for another day. Now we just have to let those cook. Put the lid back on here. Let's give our broth a taste. See if we need to add any or change any of the flavors. Oh, really good. I can double dip. It's my soup. Okay. That was good. Very flavorful. Doesn't need anything added or changed. We will just wait. I would say those are still frozen, so let's give them about 5 minutes and it should be done. Let's see how our fish is doing. Perfect. Fish is done, so all the seafood's done. We just got to wait for the dumplings to finish cooking. We'll see you in 5 minutes. Okay, it's been about 5 minutes. Now we're gonna, oh, it's fogging up my glasses. We're gonna get us some soup. Some shrimp. A lot of mussels. Piece of fish. Dumpling. Lots of broth. That broth is just outstanding. Looks good. Let's give it a taste. Let's try one of these little mussels, see how they came out. Wow, that's actually pretty tender. And that was the dollar store. Didn't think they'd have much flavor or be tender, but they were. Let's try the fish. I'll say the fish is a little bland, but that's because I didn't season it before I put it in the soup. Probably should have. Let's try one of the shrimp. Shrimp's good, tender, hot. And then we've got the dumpling that makes our wonton soup. Give it a try. Once again, that comes from the dollar store. Tasty. It's chicken. Really flavorful. I would say probably the only thing lacking flavor was the fish. And next time I'll be sure to season it before I put it into the pot. Probably thawed out too, so it can absorb the seasoning, and then add it into the soup. But the soup itself, really tasty. Yeah, oh, the flavors are just so bold and rich. I think you'd really enjoy this one. You should give it a try. If you have any questions about what's in it, I will put a list of all the ingredients in the description because I know I didn't really show them much this time as far as spices. I just keep drinking that broth. It is so good. Okay, thanks for coming by. I hope you enjoyed this. I hope you give it a try. Let us know what you think. Have a great day. Bye-bye.